Hi everybody, Russ from the West End Network. Have you missed me? I know you have. I know I'm back on Tuesday, but I just can't stay away. Currently in Dubai, you can see the skyline just about. It's a not moist, it's a humid, no humid, it's just a very hot 35 degrees at the moment, and it's only about 10:30 at night. But I wanted to bring you a little video. I've imagined, same as you all have heard about and maybe listened to Antonio's podcast that he released with the Filthy Fellas. I implore you to listen to the whole thing, just so you get a better understanding. Sometimes when you have social media clips, you hear the worst bits, and which is usually the worst bits, but actually the whole thing, listen to the whole thing, and you'll have a better opinion. And there's a few points I want to make. We're led to believe that apparently the club had assumed this was going to be released after Europa Conference League final against Fiorentina on Wednesday, which clearly it hasn't. So they've apparently very, very frustrated with Antonio and the Filthy Fellas about its release date. It harkens back, it reminds me very much of when Moisey did the interview with Stephen Bartlett pre-World Cup, and Stephen's team waited for the optimum moment to let Moyes' out brigade was as highest as possible, and there was more what's the word, there was more and more noise about him losing his job. Then he released it at the optimum moment. That's, I think, the same has happened here with the Filthy Fellas. But apparently the club are not very happy with it at all, as you can imagine. Board aren't happy with it. They've sort of brought Moyes into the discussion. Moyes doesn't tend to listen to any of the podcasts that Antonio puts out, but he's been implored to listen to this one because of what's been said about him particularly. And, you know, openly criticising David Moyes, the current manager, you know, he's a big no-no for the team. Scamacca, you know, the criticism of him, it's not really criticism, it's the fact that he doesn't play in that sort of right way, which is what we all sort of agreed with. So I sort of understand that. I didn't really see that much of a criticism, but the Moisey stuff particularly, he's not very happy. Neither's the teammates. His teammates are not very happy, considering this side has just come back from a team building exercise, what weather training, whatever you call it, in the Algarve, to have this landing in their inbox or on their front page of their YouTube channel. Subscriptions isn't the best thing, isn't the best preparation for a Europa Conference League final. And the thing that's sort of worries me a little bit is this would have been signed off by the club. Surely someone at the club, you know, we know firsthand, and so do the likes of Hammers Chat and anything like that, if you do anything with the first team squad, it's all going to be signed off by the club. The club have to listen to anything, particularly even not necessarily West Ham. When we interviewed Pedro Obiang, we had to send Sassuolo the interview before we could go live. Surely that's happened. That should have happened here. Surely they should. And you know, for them to assume that it was going to go out post final, well, what did they say? Assume makes an ass of you and me. It looks silly. It looks totally unprofessional. All the good work they've been doing, all the great, you know, huge clips of them going down the log flume singing Saeed Ben Rama or playing golf, you know, on the Algarve golf courses. It's been ruined. It's been ruined by this. And, you know, I find it really interesting, the timing particularly. You know, one thing I was thinking of, the timing, because of the timing, maybe with the assumption it's going to happen basically after the season's finished, does that give us assumptions of what's happening maybe with Moisey, maybe with Scamacca in the summer, maybe with Antonio in the summer? The fact is, you know, he's going out on a high, so he's just going to basically take everyone down with him. I don't know. Apparently there was one part which the club weren't aware of in terms of the whole interview, which again surprises me. If they haven't watched it all, why didn't they see this bit? About him revealing that if there was relegation, he would lose 50% of his wages. Now that's true. Same as a lot of people, they have a relegation clause in their contract, but apparently the club weren't aware of him talking about that publicly. So he's in a lot of trouble. Antonio. I'm not suggesting that you know that it's going to get anything worse than maybe a slap wrist, but I wish sometimes footballers would just concentrate on being footballers and worry about the social media stuff in the summer. there's been it's a big fallout. There's been a big fallout, internally. We need this is crucial this week. This week is basically, we want the team to be 100% tight knit. This hasn't helped at all, Antonio. And for all the clicks and views and tweets and retweets and shares on TikTok, the detriment to the team morale would be massive. Any one of those guys that I think, the likes of Cresswell and Sufa, these guys who I would say are very much more pro Moyes, they're going to be ripping sheets into him on the training ground. Surely, you don't. There's criticism if you're not a player anymore. If you're not in the club, there's criticism there. Fair enough, you can criticise the manager once you've left, but when you're still in the side as well. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think as well. As I said, it's our understanding that the club were aware of the podcast, but were unaware of the delivery date of when it was going to be. As I said, very similar to that Stephen Bartlett and David Moyes interview he did pre-World Cup, and it was released sort of early January, wasn't it, I think. So anyway, let me know what you think. I've gone all dark there we go. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, my friends, and see you later. Bye bye.